Have you ever woken up to 3 or even 4 times a night just to use the bathroom? You shuffle in the dark, climb back into bed, and then lie awake staring at the ceiling. By morning, you feel more exhausted than when you first went to bed. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. More than 60% of seniors over 65 deal with this exact problem. Doctors call it nocturia, but most of us just call it frustrating. Now here's the surprising part. What if I told you the solution may not be in a prescription bottle at all? What if the answer is already sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet, hidden in 3 everyday dry fruits? And here's the real secret. Each of these dry fruits tackles a different cause of nighttime urination. One calms bladder irritation, another strengthens your natural sleep cycle, and the third helps your kidneys regulate fluids more efficiently. When you combine them the right way, the results can be life-changing. In fact, one of these foods alone has been shown in studies to cut nighttime bathroom trips by up to 41% in just a few weeks. Imagine that, finally being able to enjoy 6, maybe even 8 uninterrupted hours of sleep. But here's the catch. You can't just grab a handful and hope for the best. Timing, preparation, and consistency matter. Eat them the wrong way, and you may see little to no improvement. Eat them the right way, and you may wake up one morning realizing you finally slept through the night. So, what are these 3 dry fruits? How much should you eat? And what's the exact evening routine that gives you the highest chance of success? Stay with me until the end, because I'll share the step-by-step checklist you can start using tonight for better senior wellness and deeper, more refreshing sleep. Would you believe that the same tart little berry we see at Thanksgiving dinners could hold the secret to calmer nights? Most of us think of cranberries as a holiday food or maybe as juice in the fridge, but very few realize how powerful they can be for senior health when used the right way. Here's the fascinating part. Cranberries, especially when dried and eaten before bedtime, contain compounds that act like natural shields inside your body. These shields coat your bladder wall, making it less irritated and less likely to send those false time-to-go signals at 2 in the morning. They also help your kidneys slow down urine production during the night, which is something that often becomes unbalanced as we age. Instead of producing too much urine while you're supposed to be resting, your kidneys follow a more natural rhythm, giving you fewer urgent wake-up calls. This isn't just theory. Researchers at respected universities, including Cornell, have tested cranberry powder in controlled trials. Seniors who consumed it regularly reported a clear reduction in nighttime bathroom trips. Some even slept through the night for the first time in years. That's the kind of result that changes not just your sleep, but your entire quality of life the next day. So how much is enough? The studies point to about 500 milligrams of cranberry powder, or roughly 1 ounce, around 30 grams of dried cranberries. The timing matters. You want to eat them about 2 hours before bed, so the active compounds reach your bladder while you're sleeping. Take them too close to bedtime, and you might notice more urgency at first before the benefits kick in. But here's where many people make a mistake. Most of the dried cranberries in the grocery store are loaded with sugar. In fact, some brands contain more sugar than actual cranberry. Added sugar not only cancels out the benefits, it can also increase bladder irritation. That's why it's essential to look for unsweetened dried cranberries. They may taste more tart, but that tartness is exactly what your bladder needs. Another tip that makes a big difference is soaking your dried cranberries in warm water for 10 to 15 minutes before eating them. The simple step softens the fruit, making it easier to chew and digest, while also helping your body extract more of the helpful compounds. If you're sensitive to acidic foods, soaking makes them gentler on your stomach. Some seniors even blend the soaked berries into a small smoothie with unsweetened almond milk, for a bedtime treat that feels indulgent yet truly supports wellness. Now, you might be wondering how long it takes to notice results. Natural remedies rarely work overnight, but many seniors report some improvement within 2 weeks, maybe 1 less bathroom trip each night. The full benefit usually shows up after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. The key word is consistent. Think of it as part of your nightly routine, just like brushing your teeth or setting the alarm clock. Miss a night here or there and it's fine, but the more steady you are, the more likely you'll see lasting change. And here's an extra bonus that few people talk about. Cranberries aren't only helping your bladder, they're also rich in antioxidants that support blood vessel health. That means better circulation to your heart, brain, and legs. For seniors, improved circulation translates to more energy, sharper thinking, and overall wellness. You're not just reducing nighttime urination, you're strengthening your body in other important ways. So if you're serious about getting back to restful nights, cranberries are a safe, natural, and proven first step. Just remember, keep it simple, keep it consistent, and always go unsweetened. Start tonight with a small handful. Give it a couple of weeks, and watch how your nights begin to change. And here's something to keep in mind. Cranberries are only the beginning. They handle bladder irritation and urine production, but that's just one piece of the puzzle. In the next section, we'll look at a completely different approach, one that helps your brain signal the body to stay asleep longer. If you've ever wondered why you fall asleep only to wake up an hour later, the answer may surprise you. Stay tuned, because the second dry fruit could be the missing piece you've been looking for. Have you ever wished there was a natural switch you could flip to tell your brain it's time to sleep? The truth is, there is a food that works almost like that switch, and it's something many seniors already keep in their pantry: almonds. These small, tear-shaped nuts may not look impressive, but inside, they contain two powerful compounds that directly support your sleep cycle: melatonin and magnesium. Melatonin is the hormone your body produces to signal bedtime. When the sun sets, your brain normally releases melatonin, helping you wind down. But as we age, melatonin production drops, which is why so many seniors find themselves lying awake, even though they feel tired. Magnesium, on the other hand, relaxes your muscles and calms your nervous system. It lowers tension in the body and quiets the signals racing through your brain. Together, these two nutrients create a natural bedtime system, telling both your body and your mind it's safe to rest. This matters deeply for seniors dealing with nocturia. Why? Because when your sleep is light and easily broken, even the smallest bladder signal can wake you up. But when your body cycles into deeper, more restorative sleep, those mild signals often don't disturb you. You end up sleeping through them until your bladder is truly full. That means fewer trips to the bathroom, less stumbling in the dark, and more hours of continuous rest. Researchers, including those at Harvard, have pointed out that almonds are among the richest natural sources of both melatonin and magnesium. Just a small handful before bed can help restore what aging has taken away. The recommended amount is about 20 to 25 almonds, or roughly 1 ounce. That's enough to give your body a therapeutic dose without overwhelming your digestion. Timing is important. For best results, eat your almonds about an hour before bedtime. That gives your body time to digest and absorb the nutrients so they're active during the first few hours of sleep. When nighttime bathroom trips tend to happen most often, now here's a tip that many people overlook. Raw almonds are hard for the stomach to process, especially for seniors with slower digestion. That's why soaking them makes such a difference. If you soak almonds in room temperature water for at least 4 hours, their skins loosen, enzyme inhibitors break down, and the nuts become much easier to digest. The nutrients are also more available to your body. The result? Better absorption, fewer stomach issues, and more noticeable benefits. You can prepare several days' worth of soaked almonds in advance. Just cover them with water in a glass jar, keep them in the refrigerator, and refresh the water each day. Some people even drink the soaking water because it absorbs a mild sweetness and trace minerals from the almonds. Others blend the softened nuts into warm almond milk with a pinch of cinnamon, creating a bedtime drink that tastes like dessert while working to support deeper sleep. So how long does it take before you notice results? Many seniors report sleeping more soundly within the first week of adding almonds to their nightly routine. But the full effect, fewer wake-ups, longer stretches of uninterrupted rest, usually becomes clear after 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use. Remember, your body needs time to readjust its sleep cycles. Think of it as giving your brain the raw materials it needs to rebuild a healthier pattern. The benefits don't stop with better sleep. Magnesium also calms your nervous system, which means you're less reactive to bladder signals during the night. Instead of jolting awake at the first hint of fullness, you might stay asleep until your bladder truly needs attention. Almonds also support heart health, cholesterol balance, stable blood sugar, making them a well-rounded choice for senior wellness. If you've struggled with restless nights and endless bathroom trips, almonds may be one of the simplest, safest changes you can make. One handful, soaked and eaten at the right time, can help transform the way your body experiences sleep. And remember, almonds are only the second part of the puzzle. Cranberries target bladder irritation. Almonds strengthen your sleep cycles. But there's still one more piece missing. What if your kidneys themselves could be supported to regulate fluids better, so your bladder isn't overwhelmed in the first place? In the next section, we'll explore the third dry fruit that has been quietly helping seniors for generations, one that could be the final step toward peaceful, uninterrupted nights. Who would guess that a handful of wrinkled little grapes could make such a big difference in your nights? Raisins are one of the most overlooked helpers for senior health, yet they can play a powerful role in calming nighttime urination. Here's why. Raisins are rich in potassium, a mineral that keeps your body's electrolytes in balance. When electrolytes are steady, your kidneys are able to process fluids more efficiently. That means the urine you produce overnight is less concentrated, less irritating, and less urgent. You may still produce urine, but your bladder won't feel as desperate to empty itself. Instead of sending loud signals to your brain, it stays quieter, letting you sleep longer. On top of that, raisins are loaded with antioxidants. These natural compounds reduce inflammation in your kidneys and urinary tract. Think of them as gentle repair tools, helping your system function smoothly instead of sending distress signals in the middle of the night. For seniors whose kidneys have been working hard for decades, that extra support can make a real difference. Real-world results back this up. The People's Pharmacy has collected countless reports from seniors who began eating raisins before bed and saw clear improvements. One 72-year-old gentleman shared that he went from waking up 4 times every night to just once, all within a month of making this simple change. Imagine how different your mornings would feel if you could cut your bathroom trips in half or even more. So how do you use raisins the right way? The sweet spot is about 30 grams, or roughly 1 small handful. The best timing is about 90 minutes before bedtime. This gives your body enough time to digest them and release their beneficial compounds. So they're active during those first critical hours of sleep when nocturia episodes are most common. Many seniors prefer to soak their raisins in warm water for 10 to 15 minutes before eating. This softens the fruit, makes them easier to chew, and allows the natural sugars and minerals to be absorbed more quickly. The soaking liquid itself becomes slightly sweet and nutrient-rich, so don't pour it down the drain. You can drink it as a soothing, naturally flavored bedtime beverage. Of course, as with cranberries, you'll want to watch out for added sugars and oils. Some commercial raisins are coated to make them shinier or sweeter. Always check the label and choose plain organic raisins when possible. The simpler, the better. Now, you might be wondering how quickly raisins make a difference. It's just like with cranberries and almonds, patience pays off. Many seniors report noticing improvements within 2 to 3 weeks. At first, it may be a subtle change, perhaps 1 less bathroom trip than usual, but over time, the benefits build. By 4 to 6 weeks, your kidneys and bladder may be working together more smoothly, giving you the longer stretches of sleep you've been missing. And the benefits don't end with your bladder. Raisins also provide iron, which supports healthy energy levels, natural sugars that help your body produce melatonin, the sleep hormone. So while they're helping your kidneys, they're also quietly nudging your brain toward better rest. It's a double win for senior wellness. Think about it this way. Cranberries protect your bladder walls. Almonds strengthen your sleep cycles. Raisins balance your kidney function. Each one addresses a different cause of nighttime urination. By themselves, they're helpful. But together, they create a complete system that can finally give you the restful nights you deserve. And that's where we're heading next. You've now seen how cranberries, almonds, and raisins each play their part. But what happens when you put them together in the right sequence at the right times in the evening? That's where the real magic happens, and it may be the closest thing to a natural cure for nocturia that seniors can find. In the next section, we'll put it all together into one simple evening routine. You can start tonight. What happens when you combine all 3 of these natural helpers, cranberries, almonds, and raisins, into one evening routine? This is where things get exciting. Each of these foods works on a different cause of nighttime urination. But when you put them together, they create a powerful system that supports your body from 3 angles at once. That's why so many seniors notice stronger, faster results when they use the trio instead of just one alone. Think about it like this. Cranberries calm bladder irritation and help your kidneys reduce excess urine at night. Almonds give your brain the melatonin and magnesium it needs to slip into deep sleep. Where bladder signals don't bother you as much, raisins balance electrolytes, so your kidneys don't produce the highly concentrated urine that triggers urgency. 3 different problems, 3 simple solutions, all working together. Now here's the part most people overlook. Timing matters. If you eat them all at once right before bed, your digestive system may feel overwhelmed and you won't get the full benefit. The key is to spread them out as part of a relaxed evening routine. Start with cranberries at dinner time. Add a small handful, about 30 grams, into your salad, mix them into plain yogurt, or simply snack on them alongside your meal. This gives the compounds time to begin soothing your bladder before bedtime. Next, about 90 minutes before sleep, enjoy your raisins. Again, around 30 grams is plenty. If you prefer, soak them in warm water for 15 minutes. Eating them at this time gives your kidneys the minerals they need to balance fluids during those early hours of the night, when bathroom trips tend to be most common. Finally, about an hour before bed, it's time for the almonds. Soaked almonds are best about 20 to 25 nuts that have been sitting in water for at least 4 hours. By eating them closer to bedtime, you're giving your body the melatonin and magnesium it needs right as you're winding down. This helps your muscles relax, your brain calm down, and your sleep cycle deepen. Follow this routine consistently, and you may notice changes within 2 weeks. But the real magic usually appears after 4 to 6 weeks. That's when many seniors realize they're sleeping through the night, waking up rested, and feeling more energetic during the day. It's not about perfection, it's about steady habits. Missing a night here and there won't erase your progress. What matters most is making it part of your lifestyle. Another bonus of this 3-part routine is that all 3 foods are naturally high in antioxidants. That means while you're calming your bladder and improving your sleep, you're also supporting healthy circulation, lowering inflammation, and giving your heart and blood vessels a gentle boost. Not just solving one problem, you're investing in your overall senior wellness. So the question becomes, how do you get started without feeling overwhelmed? That's what we'll cover in the next section. I'll give you a simple step-by-step checklist you can follow tonight. No complicated instructions, no confusing measurements, just a practical guide you can use right away. Stay with me, because this checklist might be the easiest path you've ever taken toward more peaceful nights. Before you forget, let's turn everything we've talked about into a simple action plan you can actually use tonight. Think of this checklist as your step-by-step guide to calmer nights. Choose the right versions. Always go for unsweetened cranberries, plain almonds, and plain raisins. Avoid added sugars or coatings that can irritate your bladder. Prepare them correctly. Soak your cranberries and raisins in warm water for 10 to 15 minutes before eating. Soak your almonds in room temperature water for at least 4 hours. This makes them gentler on your stomach and easier for your body to absorb. Follow the timing. Cranberries, about 30 grams with your dinner. Raisins, 1 small handful about 90 minutes before bed. Almonds, 20 to 25 soaked nuts, about 1 hour before bed. Be patient and consistent. Give yourself at least 2 to 6 weeks to see full results. Track your bathroom trips in a simple notebook so you can see your progress clearly. Stick with this checklist and you may be surprised at how much better your nights and your mornings begin to feel. Now it's your turn. We've talked about cranberries, almonds, and raisins, 3 simple dry fruits that can help calm bladder irritation, improve sleep cycles, and support kidney balance. Put them together and you've got a natural routine that may finally give you the restful nights you've been waiting for. But here's the part I'm most curious about. Which of these 3 would you like to try first? Are you more interested in the cranberries for bladder comfort, the almonds for deeper sleep, or the raisins for kidney support? Share your choice in the comments below. Your experience could inspire another senior who's still struggling with sleepless nights. And if you've already tried one of these, let us know how it worked for you. Every story adds value, and someone watching right now may benefit from hearing your results. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps more seniors find this information. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss new tips for senior health and wellness. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning after sleeping 6 or even 8 hours straight without stumbling to the bathroom multiple times. That future is possible, and it can start with just 3 small changes in your evening routine. I wish you peaceful nights, brighter mornings, and the energy to fully enjoy each day. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me today. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.